Hi everyone and Doctor. Okay, so today we are going to present liquor tax reform in Thailand, competing interests and objective. So our group members have Lai San Xian 261222, Kong Jishan 261261, Wong Xing Yi 261352, Tae Kui Ting 263339. So, for liquor tax reform in Thailand is one of the important income for Thailand. Research has shown that government of Thailand have decided to raising the liquor tax because of some reasons such as decreasing of individuals and business income tax, ambitious government spending plans, rising cost of national healthcare system, financial aid for citizens, and so on. These policies put pressure on government to raise more tax revenues. So one of the top of government is raising liquor tax as well as tobacco excise tax. This study aimed to how the excise department of the Ministry of Finance propose solution to reform the liquor tax. There are three options including collect tax according to amount of pure alcohol content in all liquors, apply aggressive scale of excise charge according to the type of liquor, and the last one is almost same with the second one but tax rates will lower. On these basics, three of the option is good but imperfection. Further research is needed to identify other options that could strengthen the effectiveness for the option of liquor tax reform. So, in the end of August 2005, Thailand government was facing a challenging on how to revise the Thailand's existing excise excise tax on beer and spirit liquor. This is due to many factors that put pressure to the government, and so they are considering raising the liquor tax to increase the government revenue. During the last quarter of 2004, in order to attract votes for the coming election in February 2005, the administration pledged to increase the additional government spending on the large scale infrastructure project. They also state to support for the development of grassroots economy. After winning the election in February 2005, the administration faced another challenge. The rising cost of the national healthcare program needed more support from the government budget. In June 2005, Thailand government revised to discourage consumption among Thais, especially youth. The government also concerned with the drunk driving crisis supported the move as a means of improving the nation's health by reducing liquor consumption. In 2003, Thais consumed around 7.9 million liters of liquor. Thus, the Thai government was considering to increase the liquor tax. However, the current liquor tax scheme was not as in most developed countries. To address this issue, the government asked by the public to follow the same direction as most developed countries in adopting of a liquor tax based purely on alcohol content. However, the government should prioritize on the reduction of alcohol consumption of Thai citizens, which will improving the nation's health. Thus, the government should review the existing excise tax on liquor that can be benefit in the both revenues of government and also the health of the society.
Okay, now let's do the policy alternative part. There are three options for liquor tax reform have proposed by the Excise Department of the Ministry of Finance in order to reduce the alcohol consumption, protect the local liquor industry, and minimize the impact on government revenue from excise tax collection. The three options that provided include pure alcohol content and price of liquor with high tax rate, alcohol content and price of liquor with low tax rate. For the first one, the pure alcohol content. The collection tax of this option based on the amount of pure alcohol content in all liquor. The amount of pure alcohol will be charged based on the payment of baht 500 per liter. Second one, alcohol content and price of liquor with high tax rate. This option will be proposed with high tax rate. The progressive scale of excise charges will be implemented based on the type of liquor and combine tax that calculate on alcohol content with taxes calculated by price. There are three types of high tax rate in this option. First, pure alcohol content liquor with less than 8% alcohol content will be charged about 400 per liter and 55% of the value. For the second one, the liquor amount 8% and 15% alcohol content will be charged but of 600 per liter and 60% of the value. And last, the liquor with more than 15% alcohol content will be charged as the rate of 800 baht per liter and 60% of the value. Okay, for the second one, alcohol content and price of liquor with lower tax rate. This structure of option is similar to the second option but with the lower tax rate. The first one is pure alcohol content liquor with less than 8% of alcohol content will be charged a baht of 100 per liter and the 60% of the value. Second one, pure alcohol content liquor with between 8% and 15% alcohol content will be charged a baht of 175 per liter and 55% of the value. And the third one, pure alcohol content liquor with more than 15% alcohol content will be charged 250 bahts per liter and 55% of the value. Okay, now let's to the decision criteria. The three options that proposed by the government in Thailand will be analysis by decision criteria in scanning and supporting a final decision for liquor tax in the Thailand. There will be analysis in the aspect include societal benefit and effectiveness, political feasibility, location of cost, and administration operability. So for the first one, social benefit and effectiveness. The policies should be shared and reduce the burden of citizens of Thailand. Another of the aim of the policy is should reduce alcohol consumption within the society as the culture of Thailand citizens. So for the second one, political feasibility. The policy should be considered in the aspect of political feasibility. The option that we propose must be maker and general public on how well the option to a policy problems. Third one, allocation of costs. Cost allocation is the process of identifying and assigning costs to all of the stakeholders who are involved. The policy must ensure that how the costs are allocated and determine which stakeholder have the right to receive the benefit and who lost room the policy options. Last but not least, administrative operability. It should be possible to implement the policy option without any additional administrative resources. Now I will pass my part to my friends.
Okay, next I will analyze the alternative. First is the social benefit and effectiveness. In this, social benefit and effectiveness have three policy of the alternative. The first one is the excise tax scheme is based on only alcohol content, where but 500 is paid per 1 liter of pure alcohol. This policy alternative is widely used by the developed countries such as France, Denmark, Finland, and United Kingdom. This choice seems to be rational at the first glance, and this issue behind it is that more applicable to developed countries than the low and middle income countries like Thailand. On the other hand, the price of liquor will increase due to the high tax rate applied. Considering that Thailand's market for liquor is price elastic, partial reduction in alcohol consumption is expected. This policy choice can be implemented from the perspective of societal benefit of effectiveness, but it is not the best option. The second one is the policy alternative two. The taxation system of liquor is based on the both alcohol content and price of the liquor, where High alcohol content will get high tax rates, which will increase the price of a drink. If the policy alternative is appropriate for those countries where rising alcohol consumption is the number of one priority, that is because essentially high tax rates will lead out not only on the basis of alcohol content but also on the retail quality, which significantly raises the price of an alcohol beverage. Increase the price of alcohol beverage is one of the most effective interventions to reduce the harmful use of alcohol. A key factor for the success of price-related policy in reducing harmful use of alcohol is an effective and efficient system for taxation measures by the adequate tax collection and enforcement. In the long run, social benefit from this alternative will change their behavior of society towards the healthy lifestyle and outweigh the objective of the government to raise the tax revenue. The third policy alternative is the excise tax scheme is similar to the second policy alternative presented above, but the tax rate applied are much lower. This alternative is more based on the sustainable economy, where the liquor industry, government revenue, and social profit work together for the public. Or put in another way, the tax rate should not be too high and too low. Such as a provision would boost the revenue inflows to the state budget, but social benefits will not be as a second alternative due to the lower liquor price. So, as a consequence, the policy of second option policy alternative is deemed more suitable for the perspective of social benefit and effectiveness, which may lead to the reduction and prevention of alcohol consumption by Thai citizens. In fact, policy alternative 1 and 3 do have a major positive influence on society. Then the second one is the political feasibility. The government in Thailand have strictly controlled the level of tax on liquor products and liquor industry. The liquor tax is important because it is one of the resources as government revenue to stable the economy. Moreover, the social and well-being of people would improve by using the liquor tax. In fiscal years 2004, the government collected the 29 billion bahts as tax from the production of the liquor products, and it is occupies 25% of the total tax collected. The government in Thailand need to pay attention and concentration on the aspect of political feasibility while consider any option of to liquor tax. And in this political feasibility, we have we have three policy alternatives. The first one is this option is considered as inefficient and it is not appropriate to implement in the Thailand from the perspective of political feasibility because it seems that it an effective option for government because the option gives advantage to the government to receive the high revenue. However, with the fact the liquor tax is not appropriate implement in Thailand because Thai is still a developing country. Moreover, the high tax rate will beat the liquor industry and industry players. It prevents the liquor and industry players to create a strong deterrent to their endurance for alcohol drinks. Then the second policy alternative is there is a challenging tool for government in Thailand to implement this option for liquor tax because there the three level of high tax rate is considered as unreasonable for the certain stakeholders, especially industrial players in a oligopolistic market structure in Thailand. It is expected that Boon Road and Thai Beverage will strongly protect the policy alternative as the number of consumers will decrease sharply due to the high price will result in the less profit. Then the third policy alternative is compared to other options, this This option of alcohol content and price of liquor with lower tax is more appropriate to implement by the government Thailand. The tax rates are reasonable and fair for all of stakeholders that includes government, industry players and consumers. It helps in expand and develop economy with fair options for liquor tax in Thailand after a long period. As a consequence, policy option 3 is deemed more suitable from the perspective of political feasibility. And next, I will pass to my team member.
The third one is about allocation of costs. For policy alternative one, the government is willing to accept this option as a result of the tax scheme on strictly alcohol content. The government revenue will increase. Liquor producers need to pay excise tax in advance based on the production volume in the case of beer and the bottle volume and in the case of liquor. Liquor producers can only benefit out of this policy option because the tax rate is high enough and the demand for alcoholic drinks is projected to decrease because the high price. For the policy alternative two, the liquor industry have long been monopolized and controlled by the government. Therefore, all costs are transferred to industrial players in the form of high tax under this policy alternative. Both the government and society will benefit in the long run from this kind of taxation scheme if it can be advanced. For the policy alternative 3, the costs are allocated primarily to alcohol producers due to tax hike. Incremental tax hike is a reasonable move that, in the long run, will favor both the government and the public. As a consequence, policy option 3 is more suitable for the perspective of allocation of costs. And the last one is about administration operability. No additional administrative staff, resource, and capability are needed for all alternatives. The policy alternative will be implemented by the Ministry of Finance, Excise Tax Department. Only minor improvement will be made to the current liquor excise taxation system. In conclusion, the government is reviewing on the excise tax on liquor that can benefit in the both revenue of government and also the health of society. The government in Thailand has strictly controlled the level of tax on liquor products as it will contribute mainly to the revenue of the government. The tax rate of option 3 are reasonable and fair for all of stakeholders that include government, industrial players, and consumer as it will help in expand and development economy with the fair option for liquor tax in Thailand after a long period. As a conclusion, even option 2 look like will more benefit in the end of improve the social benefit and effective. The other decision criteria also need to be concerned. Therefore, option 3 is the most suitable policy in implement the new tax rate to the liquor tax as it can help in improving the social benefit and balance the political flexibility goods in cost allocation, and there are no additional administrative resource in implement the new tax rate. This new tax rate is believed that can reduce the consumption of the liquor to improve the healthy lifestyle of the citizen and increase the revenue of the government as this policy will get a big support from all include the government and public. Yeah, that's all from us. Thank you.